Hey guys, this is going to be my review of my UK Nationals team. Get into it. It's a Charizard Sun team, as you can see. I'm just going to be going over the spreads and everything on each one. And before I start, I need to mention that the Scrafty wasn't on the actual day one Nats team. I changed that for the replay tournament, and I'm reviewing it with the Scrafty because it's just the better version of the team. I had an Aegislash there before, and I do like Aegislash, but it just didn't go with this team. I had too many weaknesses to Dark and Ghost. As you can see, I've already got Latios and Cresselia, and the Intimidate allows Charizard to take a Rock Slide from Landorus. So, and then Fake Out, of course. And just another... If Scrafty's good. I did enjoy using Scrafty on day 2. I don't know, I should have brought it to day 1. It could have changed how things worked a lot, but I didn't, so we're just going to review it like this. We've got the Charizard, pretty standard move set. I went for Overheat just because it's so good. I know people have been changing Heat Wave to Flamethrower, and that probably would have actually worked out for me, because Heat Wave, it tends to miss. Overheat does as well, but both of them just tend to miss a lot. Having a Flamethrower would have made it a bit more consistent, and that's a pretty standard spread. A lot of power even for 44 special attack EVs, which is just why I really do like using Charizard Y. Well, that's fairly standard. Now we get to the really not standard part of the team, my Latios. Now, yeah, think what you want, but I'm using a Choice Scarf Latios, and now I'm looking back at this. It was a good idea. It counters a lot of the standard things. Like, it's too situational, really, though. It's perfect if you lead it against a Landorus or a Hydreigon, because the EVs with the Scarf allow it to outspeed a Choice Scarfed timid max speed Hydreigon by 1 or 2 points. And that is what I came up with these EVs for. And then just went max special attack just to get as much power off as possible, and then dump the rest in HP. Because there's no point EVing for stuff like Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is going to KO this thing no matter what, which is a huge problem. And it's Terrakion, but it's just Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch was a big problem for this team. Quick Guard on Terrakion was good for countering that. And oh, one more thing, this Latios was perfect for countering was Perish, because I outsped most Mega Gengars. I say most because one time I got outsped by a Gengar, but usually they'll send out their Perish leads. I'll send out Latios and usually Cress. That seems a bit bad, 2 Psychic types, but it worked. And I would just Psyshock the Gengar for the quick one-hit KO, which just really messes up their plans for their Perish Trap. Of course, a lot of them now run Raichu with their Perish Trap, so if the teams I ran into that were using Perish did have Raichu, then it wouldn't have worked. Most of them were pretty much Wolf-Glick copies. Then we're on to the Terrakion. There's not really much to say about this one. It's a fairly standard Terrakion set. Quick Guard. I just love Quick Guard. It's good against Thunderous, of course, and Sucker Punch to protect Latios. Focus Sash, because I have the Lumberry on Scrafty, and I feel like Sash is a better item. It comes into use more. People are usually too afraid of running into a Lumberry to use status moves on a Terrakion. But I don't think Focus Sash actually activated once the whole tournament, so kind of just a dead item, but I know it could have come into really good use. Now the Venusaur. The Venusaur with max speed, it's a Sun Venusaur, of course, and I've got, rather than Sleep Powder, which a lot of people like to run, I run Hidden Power Ice. And this is a really solid move for it. It worked very well in testing on Showdown, because in the Sun it can pretty much outspeed anything. It's another counter to Landorus and Salamence. I think I one-hit KO Salamence with this at Nationals, so it did come into good use, and the Life Orb boost really does help this out. Onto the Cresselia. I should change this because it was it was Ice Beam at the tournament, but I wish it was Icy Wind. Standard, pretty bulky set, Rocky Helmet, so which is why I've got a bit less in defence. So people who are taking that Rocky Helmet damage, if they do want to use a physical attack, and Calm Nature, so I can take these hits from Hydreigons or just anything better. Looking back at this moveset, I don't think it came into use that much. Most of the time I wanted to just slow them down with Thunder Wave. Because some of the biggest threats aren't affected by Thunder Wave, which is why I did change this to Icy Wind after I got back from Nationals, because I still planned on using and improving this team, and my voice is not very good, so you have to excuse that. So yeah, pretty standard Cresselia. Sunlight boosted Moonlight came into use a lot. Although sometimes I would get a bit too over predicting with the Moonlight. Such one time where I pretty much lost because I predicted an Aegislash to go for the Shadow Sneak because it had revealed that and it had Swords Danced. I predicted it to go just for a Shadow Sneak straight into the Cresselia, but it went for another Swords Dance. For whatever reason, that is a very questionable play, but I went for the Moonlight, predicting it to attack. And it just got another setup, and I just Moonlighted at full health and made myself look a bit stupid. So that's the Cresselia. Icy Wind was much better, although it's a pretty questionable set really. I think I would probably take off, not Levitate Wave, I don't know what I did there. Okay, no. I think I would take off the Thunder Wave maybe for something different. There's Calm Mind, which is right here. Or I could have put on Helping Hand, which could have just... Most of the time the Cresselia is not really getting off much offense, so maybe I could have taken away some of these special attack EVs and made it more bulky, just more of a general supporter. That could have worked out better because it didn't really get off much offense in the tournament. So the last one is the Scrafty. It's very physically bulky. It's not too suited for going against special attackers. One thing I noticed with this was I played against things like Ludicolo, and they just do way too much damage to the Scrafty with their Scalds, which is why I think that Assault Vest could have worked out better here than Lumberry. Because I think Lumberry activated twice in the tournament. I haven't got the stuff to make a proper review of the actual tournament. This is the replay actually, because I only used it in the replay. I think I got... maybe it was only once. I know it got burned once, and Lumberry did help it out then, but I feel like Assault Vest would have been a much more solid option, just more consistent. The Trick Room counter, why has it got 31 speed IVs? I don't know. But yeah, it would have had 0 for the tournament. I really hope. Oh no, full screen thing keeps popping up. Right, so there's the team. I'm going to be uploading... I'll upload a few games using the team at Nationals. I have to record them with the camera. Actually show when I was good at using it, because I have not used this team really since Nats. So yeah, so that's all for this video. I'll see you in the next one with some gameplay of this team in action at the UK Nationals.